Hello everyone. So this time is over now and your GDPI preparation has started. अभी कैट खत्म हो गया है तो उसके बाद में GDPI की preparation के लिए it's very important that you start very early because the results of the IMs will be you will get them by January and you will not have a lot of time after that to prepare for the GDPIs, and this is not just this is the first step that you have gotten to. You have to clear the VAT-PI still, so it's very important कि अभी आप अपना ध्यान ना भटकाएं और अभी इस चीज पे फोकस करें कि आखिर नेक्स्ट स्टेप्स को कैसे पार करना है. सो दिस वीडियो इज ऑल अबाउट कि आप कैसे प्रिपेयर कर सकते हैं अपने आप को और आपको किस तरह से प्रिपेयर करना चाहिए जीडीपीआई के लिए. पहले ये जीडीपीआई होता था, अभी इसका नाम वैट पीआई हो गया बिकॉज ग्रुप डिस्कशंस अभी बंद हो गए हैं और उसकी जगह पे उन्होंने रिटन एबिलिटी टेस्ट वैट उसका स्टार्ट किया. So let's start the video. So first we will focus on these three aspects in this video. One is when should we start? Second, how do we start? And then third, what are the necessary things that we should keep in our mind while preparing for the VAT-PA? So first of all, talking about when should we start, we can say that right after the CAT response sheet is out, you should start preparing for the exam. You will have expectations from a lot of IMs, certainly Blackie, and but it doesn't matter. I mean, until unless you have received the invitation for interviews, it doesn't matter. What matters is, are you preparing and are you putting those hours in studying about different aspects and making yourself better and more prepared for that PI, right? So you should not focus about what when will the calls come and when will you when will you receive the calls and when will you go for the interview. What is more important is you should start and you should focus how to get better, and when the call come, can you convert it or not. Maybe it can happen that you might not receive a call from your from the place you want to be. I hope that it doesn't happen with you, but even if it does, you have to keep in mind कि एक ही कॉल important होती है और एक ही कॉल sufficient होती है आपको आपकी मंजिल तक पहुंचाने के लिए. ये जरूरी नहीं कि अ, आपके साथ में जो आपने जो चाहा अगर वो नहीं हुआ तो भगवान का चाहा होता है. तो इसलिए उस चीज पे ध्यान रखें. एंड लास्ट थिंग अंडर दिस इज कि prepare your mind for that grind that you are going to do for the next 3 months, because these are the 3 months that will define your life after this, that will define the place you will be in. And trust me, you will all feel like that this was the right decision and this was the most important decision that you took here. So this is about when you should start. But okay, talking about VAT GT. So what are the different aspects that you will prepare here? There are four things that you need to prepare for. Right, currently they are converted to three only. So they are VAT, which is written ability test, extempore, which is you have to talk about something for a minute or so, and you are only given maybe 20 seconds to prepare for that content for that topic. Or sometimes they don't even give you any time, and you have to just start the moment you get the topic. So that's extempore. And the third thing that is important, and the most important thing, is PI, which is personal interview. So we'll talk about these three things. Now, how should we start how should we start our preparation? So first of all, be aware of what is happening around you. Be aware of different industries, whatever is happening inside India or at a global level. So you have to keep in mind and be aware of all of these things. So for you to do that, start reading newspapers daily. Learn to make opinions because that's the most important thing. You should know current affairs so that you know the facts. But they will not ask you the facts. What they will ask you is on those current topics and your opinion on different things that are happening in the world around you. So you have to be able, you should be able to make opinions. Then while practicing VAT PI, so for practicing for VAT is not a very difficult task per se. The way I prepared was you have to when you're reading the newspaper, there will be at least one important news that will be there in the newspaper that will catch your eye. Just pick that topic and write about that topic. Sit down for half an hour or so and write down about that topic. and frame your things, frame that topic and the implications of that topic on different aspects of the society. Now, how do you know what are the aspects? For that, you can use the PESTLE analysis, which is PESTLE, P for political, so E for economical, S for social, T for technological, L for legal, and E for environmental. So these are the six aspects that you can cover from any news that is there in the newspaper. So pick any news, do the pestle analysis, and tell its different implications on the society and different implication on these six factors. If you are able to do that, that's what you need to do. And preparing, doing a bat for an half an hour daily will significantly improve your writing skills and significantly improve your thinking skills. Opinion making will also get better there. After that, you should research about the B schools for sure. Research about the B schools that whatever B schools that you want to get into, you have to be you should know what you are going into. You should know whatever college that you are choosing and why you are choosing that. So have a knowledge about the B school and choose your college. So that would be great. And then talking about extempore, you wrote down about that topic. You sat down for half an hour and you wrote down everything there. So I forgot to tell you about this thing, but VAT is of around 15 to 20 minutes usually. If you go to Ahmedabad and Bangalore interviews, there you will get around 20 25 minutes of time. And for Ahmedabad, it's a completely different process. I'll talk about that in another video. But that's how VAT is. So you have to be able to sit down for that much time and write down about that certain topic. That's the thing, and try to speak on that topic for 1 minute or 2 minutes so, or try to speak about that topic daily. So you have written down that thing, and then in the evening, let's say you pick 2 3 minutes of yourself, you bring out 2 3 minutes from your time, talk about that topic, and that will be very helpful for you because then you will be able to express what you have written there. That is a very good way to communicate your learnings from any of the articles or studies. So that's a great thing. Then, what are the things that you should keep in mind while preparing for the GTPI or VAT-PI? Well, first and foremost, understand what the interviewer wants from you. So what does the interviewer wants? Well, interviewer wants to know how well do you know yourself, right? First and foremost thing is, do you know yourself? Are you able to think about the things that you have done in your past, how they have taken they have how have you taken this path? Why did you choose to come here? Right? There should be a link between what you did and what you want to do next. So that is very important thing, and that's what you should do in knowing yourself. You should the PIs are really very random, to be honest, because sometimes they'll start with this thing and they'll ask you about your name. ठीक है, नाम पूछ लिया आपसे, आपका आपकी birth place पूछ ली, and if they found something that they know about, they'll just start asking you questions on that. And then what will you do then? So that's the first and foremost thing that you should do, is you should know what your name is. You should know what you should know about your birthplace. You should know about where you have studied. Like for example, I'll take an example of my own interview. So that was my in my Bangalore interview. They asked me that you have stayed in Mumbai for the past 5 years, and in before that you were living in Delhi. So what are the cultural differences between these two places? And now, if you haven't thought about these things, that where you have been, what are the differences between these two places? So you have to think about these things, and that is one of the example that I could give. And so that's what you should do. Apart from that, you should know about your interests, right? You should know about your strengths and weaknesses, and not just know, in depth know all of these things. If you are saying that you love singing, then you should know the famous singers that are there in India, in classical, in hip hop, right? So if you are talking about you are a cricket fan, which a lot of Indians are, then they won't ask you these things, but they might ask you. Like in Ahmedabad interview, it is a very in Ahmedabad Bangalore interview, it's a very high chance that they will ask you that explain the DLS method. Now, being a cricket fan, you know DLS, but have you ever thought how do they calculate DLS star score? So these are some of the important things that you should focus on your interests. You should know in depth about your interests, and that's what I want to emphasize here on. After that, prepare your tell me about yourself question really well. This is the chance that you get to really make an impression on the next person, and that's the place from where you can drive your interview. So that's very important, and you should know clearly and have a very logical reason for doing MBA. So you should know why MBA, and that's one of the most important question in an interview. So you should prepare that also. So how will you prepare these things? Logical explanation or answer to this was given to me by my mentor. So he 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 told me that okay, so what you should do is you should create a master CV of yourself. Okay, write down all of the things that you have done. Right, write down all of the things that you have done till now. Write your achievements, write your weaknesses, write your strengths, write your everything that you have done till now. And then after you have written down everything, then create a story out of it, then connect one dot to another dot, and that's how you build a story. That's how you build an logical answer to why MBA. So that is very important advice that he gave me, and that really helped me crack my interview for IIM Bangalore. So that's a very good advice I would also like to give you. Apart from that, how well aware you are about your society and surroundings is what I have talked about. And you should always be able to have an opinion about anything that is happening around you. So that is very important. And anything related to your interest, they might ask you the current affairs, how they are impacting. Let's say let's say you are going to be in their college in the B school, and then they'll ask you how is it how is this certain news impacts the placement of the placement of the college. So you should be able to make an opinion about those things also. That's very important. Then one of the most important thing is academics. You should know about your academics very well. Now, why am I saying this? Let's say you are a work experienced person, okay? But even if you have work experience, when you are going for Ahmedabad interview, let's say, Ahmedabad, they have a very hectic schedule. And what they want to know is how well adverse you are with your knowledge. And there is a chance that they won't ask you for your academics, but at least you should be able to know the basics of the what you have done. Like I did masters in physics, so if they will ask me classical mechanics or statistical physics and or fluid mechanics, let's say, if I'm not even able to explain the smallest details or basic laws uh, of these domains of physics, then they will seriously doubt me and my capabilities, and they'll say that whatever you will learn in MBA, you will forget all of these things. So that is one of the reason why you should brush up on your academics very well. And if you have done any internships, or if you have done any if you are in work experience, you should know about your project that you have done very well. And you should have an in-depth knowledge of that. By in-depth, I mean at least 3 4 levels of knowledge. If they ask you why 4 times, you should be able to still explain that thing. So that is one of them, another important thing. And talking about the decision making capabilities, so this is one of the another important aspect they want to check uh, uh, as a candidate. So you as a candidate should be able to make decisions, because as a manager, after coming to any of the institute, any of the B school, you should be able to make decisions, and hence it is very important for them to know if you have that strong mind and logical mind who will be able to take the decisions. For that, they might give you some scenario based questions, some puzzles or cases for analytical skills. So you have to think on your feet, right? And you should be good to go. But for this, you can prepare the only thing is, whatever you speak, you should have a logical clarity inside your mind before speaking that, and that would give you sufficient confidence in this area. And after that, how do you perform under pressure is another thing that they want to look at. So this might happen, and in my Ahmedabad interview, this did happen, that they put me under a lot of pressure by asking very in-depth questions of certain area that was not even my area. So sometimes this might come up to your face that they'll ask you from an area where you are not very good at, but are you able to handle that pressure and come out of that situation? Are you able to speak to them and tell them that, sir, I have not done, I don't have in-depth knowledge of this area, but I have certain amount of knowledge, and you can express that. So they want to see how your confidence is and how you perform under pressure. They want to see your logical thinking, and that's what you have to keep in mind here. And so these were the five different things under things that you should keep in your mind while preparing. And now, overall general advice for from my side would be to try to back your answers with an example. Like whenever I'm saying something, I'm giving an example of my experience that had happened, and that will help you relate to me and will give you an assurance that this person is talking right. So this is very important while giving the interview. It helps you provide weight to your argument and let the interviewer believe that you have thought thoroughly about it. So, and not even just one example, be ready with 2 to 3 examples for each of the question that you prepare. It helps in the interviews. I'm telling you, it's a very handy thing to have. And the second general advice would be to tell your story. They want to hear about you. You are a person, and you should be true in speaking about yourself. Yes, I'm telling you, you should be a great storyteller. So that's very important that you should be able to express your life story in such a way that other person is more able to connect to you and understand your journey. So it's all about filling those dots, connecting dot dots, and that's very important. So do keep in mind, and do not say lie in the, I mean, don't lie, because it's very easy for them to catch that. Just build a story around anything that you have done, and just be yourself there. Prepare well, but be yourself. And while preparing, be open to feedback. You may think that you are prepared, but structured guidance reveals where you can improve, right? So for that case, I can help you with this, because I have free one-on-one mentorship sessions. I will give the link in the description for that. You can just go there and apply for that. Currently, it's free. Uh, I have kept it free for some time, so you can always approach me and you can book the session. From GD practice and mock PIs and everything that is there, I I hope to help you tackle it with all clarity and confidence. And when everything, all of these things are done, then the most important thing that comes is when it's the time to mid-January. Mid-January, you should give mock interviews, and they are very important for you. So you should take mock interviews. I will see if I am available at that time. So I'll be able, if I am able to do that, I'll provide mock interviews for you guys also. But that's one thing that you should keep in mind while preparing. And all the best. I'll be here for all of you. If you have any questions, just comment down on the video, and I'll reply as soon as possible. If you have any suggestions, or if you want to know more about any of the topic, I will be happy to help you out and make another video for that. Thank you so much, and like, share, and subscribe.